So, as you all know, I'm Speed Force Spector, and being a Spector, I kind of combine two words. Spectate, which means to be just a standby watching events unfold, and the original term Spectre meaning a ghost, and we're all practically spectators being invisible to the creator, characters, and etc. And that's why, even though my name's Speed Force Spectre, y'all's name's not Speed Force Spectre, but you're all specters, just remove the Barry Allen trash part that I am. But you're all specters in your own unique way. And I asked all of you to send me what your favorite specials are. And I thought that was very important since it's the holiday season. And yeah. One thing, a lot of people felt bad that they didn't submit anything. And you know what? That's valid as hell. I might do this again next year, so maybe you get a chance next year. But if you didn't want to submit a video, that's valid. But either way, hope you enjoyed the videos, and here are my fellow Specters giving their takes on their favorite specials.
You know, this video is for Speed Perspective. My favorite holiday movies or specials are Trolls Holiday and the Miraculous Ladybug Christmas Special. Trolls Holiday, mainly because of the awesome songs. I mean, that soundtrack got me off guard. The Miraculous Ladybug Special, well, I mean, the show is just as good, and my friend's an actual fangirl of it.
Hello everybody, this video is for Speed Force Spectre's holiday special. So my favorite holiday special has to be Trolls Holiday because of the catchy songs. My favorite song from Trolls Holiday is Trolls Palooza, I think that's what it's called. And my favorite Christmas movie has to be Noel because it is a funny movie and Santa doesn't know how to be Santa. So Noel has passion for kids, so she becomes Santa and saves Christmas. So yeah, see you next video.
Hello guys, this is my video for the Speed Force Spectre Christmas special video. Here are my reasons for why I like these Christmas episodes slash short film movie things. So Trolls Holiday, of course, because I like trolls. It shows the Bergens, unlike Trolls World Tour and Trollsopia. Plus there's a nice scene where Love Train was funny because around the end there was the scene where everybody went through a wormhole and got turned into original trolls, which I honestly didn't know they had original giraffe trolls, unless that's just a special troll they made for the movie. That's pretty cool though. I like to see Cooper and the funk trolls. Now time to get on to the next segment. Miraculous. I like this special because it's pretty cool. I like it because it's nice. I watched it a lot of times actually. And the storyline is Cat Noir, aka Adrian, his mother. This was the first Christmas without his mother, so he got sad and then had to run away. I'm going to elaborate more because if these get cut, just know I had to add more of the picture because I don't know really how long. Anyways, yeah, Cat Noir ran away because this was the first Christmas without his mother. Everybody was looking for him, and he had ended up being spotted with Santa, and Ladybug slash Marinette thought that Santa had kidnapped Adrian and he was akumatized. So basically I like it because it was like one of our first specials we got for that show. And that was like one of the things I watched when I was getting back into the show. So thank you for letting me do this entry.
Stay tuned for a special presentation after the movie.
And now, our feature presentation.
Because of time and life and everything, I wasn't exactly was able to talk about a whole bunch of wide variety of specials, and so I just cut it down to just one holiday TV show, movie, short, whatever. And people were like, "Oh man, talk about trolls," and other people were like, "Oh man, don't talk about trolls. That's too predictable. Speed Force Spectre, do better." And I was kind of like, there's a lot of specials, and it became really overwhelming for me. And over time, I was like, I want to talk about trolls, but I don't want to be predictable. And then this year was kind of interesting, to say the least, for me. And for me, I decided, you know what? I'm going to talk about Queen Latifah's last holiday. If only I was as straight as the characters Queen Latifah plays in her movies. But no, in all seriousness, no, we're actually talking about Trolls Holiday. I think the important thing about DreamWorks Trolls, both Trolls 1 and Trolls World Tour, is for me as my own Spector, my own audience member, this franchise holds up really well. And not to mention the TV shows as well. For me, in my opinion, this franchise for me is gonna be something I'm gonna look fondly on, just because it just holds up so really well for me, especially Trolls World Tour. And I've gone into great lengths about that one, exploring Poppy, Cooper, and Prince D. But I always like Trolls 1 because DreamWorks Trolls came out at a time when the only toy thing we had was the Lego movie. And after Trolls, things just didn't go good. The Lego Batman did well, but from there, Ninjago didn't do great. Lego Movie 2 sadly didn't do great. And then the future of the Playmobil movie and Ugly Dolls was just a really sad fate. And if you see in my channel, you know the fate of video on demand for Trolls World Tour was really scary for me because I didn't want to lose another toy franchise. And I think the cool part about Trolls 1 is if it were to bomb at the box office, Trolls 1 is a complete and full narrative. Like, that's why we have at the beginning of the first film, and I don't think anyone really truly noticed this with Trolls World Tour, but with Trolls 1, the scrapbook opens. At the end of the movie, the scrapbook closes. In Trolls World Tour, the only time scrapbooks were used was for exposition. Like, there was no opening and closing of the scrapbooks. They were just used as an exposition plot device, like Trolls The Beat Goes On uses, which Trolls The Beat Goes On knew it had a whole bunch of time on its hands. And it's a blessing that Trolls World Tour did well as it did, because, the Trolls franchise has a huge future behind it. But when you look back at Trolls 1, it's a perfectly good narrative. Like, if we didn't get any more Trolls movies after this and it was strictly one movie, it's a good narrative that pretty much just stands alone as a really good feel-good movie at the end of the day. And if there was no content and Trolls Holiday was the sequel and it was just a cute little straight-to-DVD, straight-to-TV movie, man, this is a banger sequel. So you got Chef, and she pretty much invented a pretty toxic holiday so she could be in power, and she decided, hey, we just gonna eat these trolls, that's how you're gonna be happy, but tough luck if you're depressed all year round. Screw y'all, I want to be in power. Screw everything in your all's lives. And you enjoy that depression, girl. You go get that. And the Burgers just kind of thought that was how you'd be happy. The end. Everyone wants that Trollstice holiday, but not actually questioning everything. And, then you got the 20-year jump gap. And then Poppy threw the party she shouldn't have thrown. And then, you know the story, Chef captures her besties, the snack pack, and then Poppy's off on her grand old adventure, singing some bops along the way, trying to rescue her friends. And then Branch tags along, even though he really doesn't want to. And throughout that, Branch opens up about his trauma and everything like that, and learns the power of friendship. Poppy meets Bridget, who she's never had friends before or ever experienced friendship, and she appreciates what Poppy did for her, just for like one single day. Knowing her, knowing the snack pack, getting to have a date with King Gristle. She and Branch learned happiness. Also, King Gristle when they were dating. Also, Bridget learned along the way that she doesn't have to change herself just to date Gristle. She needs to be herself. So, and then on top of that, the Bergens saw this and learned that happiness is really, you can find it in healthy things such as friendship, and in terms of Bridget's case, dating. There's healthy means and avenues to get your happiness. You just gotta find it. And that's kind of the new Trollstice. That's like the new way, even though like the trolls and I'm sure Bergens, they didn't really think of this, 100%. But they kind of took a very toxic, very awful holiday idea because someone big said, "Hey, this is the thing. Follow that." But yeah, this is like the new. They took what was bad and they turned it into a huge positive. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but y'all catch my Tokyo drift. So I think the one thing I like about Trolls Holiday, especially when it originally came out, Trolls 1 came out in 2016, and then the holiday special came out in 2017. So it was like a nice year gap of, no content. And this acts like a perfect sequel. The Bergens don't have anything to celebrate now because Trollstice is gone. Poppy and the rest of her friends kind of changed what Trollstice is really about. And the Bergens and Trolls, they didn't really see that. And Poppy's kind of like, oh, I feel bad that, the Bergens don't have anything to celebrate. And us Trolls, we have many holidays and many diverse celebrations and random blank day, like Donut Day, for example. And Poppy decides, hey, snack pack, let's go. Let's give these Bergens something to celebrate about. And I like the idea of this plot. It's very, very cute, very wholesome. I mean, it's pretty much a hallmark in a lot of, kid animated movie tropes of holiday movies, but for the Trolls, it makes sense. Trolls Holiday did a lot of good for the franchise, and it mostly comes in the writing department. Trolls Holiday is a special that holds up. And let me just tell you, there's a lot of specials. I'm looking directly at Shrek the Halls and Frozen, Olaf's Boogaloo, but whatever it was called, the Olaf movie in front of Coco. Yikes. Anyways, those things don't really hold up for me as well. Okay, Olaf doesn't hold up, but Shrek the Halls, that one's much older than Olaf. That one doesn't hold up as well for me, but Trolls Holiday, it's a good thing that, the writing department and everything there in terms of entertainment value for me as my own viewer. I'm glad that this special holds up each and every year, and it's like a couple of years old. Um, but it's amazing at how it evolved the franchise. I don't think a lot of people notice, but in terms of the writing department, it's just joke after joke after joke. And one interesting thing is there's a lot of adult jokes in Trolls Holiday, and I'm not trying to kind of hype that thing up because I know a lot of adult fans like to hype up adult jokes and things like that. But when you compare that to Trolls One, that was barely there. In fact, it was kind of there in spades, but really non-existent. But I'm definitely glad that this was kind of the step that helped Trolls realize, oh, we don't have to target our demographic at children. We could definitely we are making a family movie, might as well have the whole family involved. And that's not to say Trolls 1 didn't appeal to all ages. I'm pretty much a testament to that. Many older Trolls fans are a testament to that one because we all love Trolls 1. um, but it is definitely interesting to see kind of the writing department kind of realize, oh, we can make something that makes us laugh too. And I'm definitely glad that this was kind of the step that kind of helped Beat Goes On, Trolls World Tour, and Trolls Topia at the end of the day. And I definitely think that Trolls Holiday was definitely a special that kind of needed that push to kind of help it be for all ages all across the board. And I think really because of that, because of the weird edginess that Trolls Holiday has, it definitely stands out from the crowd, and it's definitely shocking when you kind of look at the presentation of cutesy fun little creatures running around singing Shawn Mendes at the end of the day. It's just, you wouldn't expect that from its cutesy appearance. So a lot of people, I hate to kind of do this in a fun little special video like this, but I'm gonna just address it real fast. But a lot of people kind of misunderstand Poppy, and like Homegirl's supposed to be flawed, and like y'all seeing how much content we get in. Like I see a lot of reviewers kind of point this out and just kind of throw everything Poppy's learned out the goddamn window, and it's like y'all ain't seeing this development. Like y'all not watch it. Oh right, you don't watch Trolls The Beat Goes On and the other shows. But and people actually flat out ignore this special, which is kind of funny. But I like the building blocks it kind of presented Poppy. And keep in mind, this is like a 30-minute little short, but it's like an episode length, but whatever. But I think Trolls 1 kind of set the foundation really well for Poppy to kind of be a character that's flawed but also growing. But I think this is kind of that moment where I think, not DreamWorks, but I think really for an audience member like myself watching it, I kind of view this as like a kind of like a pilot of how Beat Goes On and like the future of Trolls was going. You see Poppy in this short, and all Homegirl wants to do is give a holiday to the Bergens because the Trolls have, cute little days like Bubble Day and a parody of New Year's Eve called New Hair's Eve. And she just wants to give them something to be happy and celebrate. And I think the cute thing about it is you got all these songs that are like over the top and crazy. That's one thing I give the original songs, like Looking for a Holiday, I think that's what it's called, and Double Down Speed Round. Poppy's trying her hardest, but she's just going way over the top. And that's in Poppy's character. She's very over the top, trying to do her very best for others. But Homegirl goes over the top. And, you got Bridget and Gristle, and they're like, this is too much, and like, maybe not for us. This is weird. And, Poppy is trying to be like, hey, yo, here's this thing. Look at this awesome thing I'm trying to give you, friendy, bestie. And Bridget's like not here for it, but she's like also here for it as well. But Poppy's just kind of going over the moon a bit. And, all she wants to do is just give her best friend something to celebrate. And she's kind of more so looking at the gimmicks. If you look at the songs, they're mostly random days that the trolls spend time together doing an activity or spending time with one another. And that's like pretty clear in like each and every song moment that either Poppy, Branch, or the Snack Pack, who get random verses and songs, sing about. And they kind of don't really look at the picture of spending time with one another. And Poppy just doesn't quite see that. And I like that. That's a cute little, it's Poppy being sweet, but at the same time, not really looking at the full picture and not realizing she's being a bit too extra. Okay, so like I'm not knocking my girl Poppy. Like Homegirl's just kind of like the friendliest friendly character ever, but like at the same time, as I said, Homegirl's very flawed. She needs her own character growth being a leader, but like, Homegirl needs some friendship and magic morals in there too, but Branch is kind of like the Twilight Sparkle who needs like a lot of evolving. And I like that the special kind of presents Branch in like this position of just kind of figuring shit out. Like this man is just trying to know what it's like to be a troll. And one gag in the movie is about him learning how to have a genuine, authentic smile. And I like that little detail for the movie. And the thing that I like is Branch isn't really all for bugging Bridget and Gristle, but at the same time, he wants to be a really good supportive friend to Poppy. And Branch is kind of noticing, yo, this is extra. Like Homegirl, you need to stop. But Poppy's like, no, no, I'm gonna help my besties. And Bridget and Poppy have a fight because Bridget's like, this is just too much and overwhelming what you're trying to do. And Poppy's upset. And okay, so people roast Poppy for like literally throwing a bunch of trolls into his bunker, but like Branch can easily roast this girl back. Like this man sings a whole bunch of friendship songs, and Poppy's like, "Please leave me alone, Branch. Please stop. No, please stop." And like Branch is like he's being persistent, kind of being like, "Yo, my girl being extra. I'm gonna be extra back." So she kind of knows what she doing, and then Poppy has a realization of, oh damn, I was being extra. Dang, this is probably why me and Bridget had a fight. Dang, and I like that. Like Branch can like teach Poppy lessons, and Poppy can teach Branch lessons, and I like their dynamic. This is why I enjoy Broppy so much, is because like these two kind of know how to ground each other, and I like that. And at the same time, they could roast each other at the same time. It's great. Okay, so before I get to the conclusion of the special, I gotta talk about the soundtrack. Yo, this is like the funniest soundtrack, honestly, because you look at the cover and you're like, up, it's a holiday movie. And then you listen to the soundtrack and you're like, this isn't like a holiday sounding soundtrack. And I gotta be honest, I love it for that, but like, that was the most wisest decision DreamWorks and the people who made it. They knew kids were gonna play this, and it's like, oh no, I'm about to listen to holiday music. Oh, they sing in Madonna's Holiday? I can vibe to that. Like they kind of knew, and I'm definitely happy with like the three cover songs we have. It's like not Trolls without that, or Trolls without them doing a mashup of a bunch of different cover songs. And then they had like the two original songs. The two original songs, they don't even sound like holiday music. And I gotta praise the special just for that alone, because as I said, it kind of gives the special rewatchability, even though it's like not the holidays, which is like people do it. I did that like a couple of years ago, randomly at some point. I'm like, I'm gonna put Trolls Holiday on. I don't even care. It's like X month. It's not even December yet. So that's kind of like the great power of this special. It's like it doesn't have like really, it has the holiday aesthetic, but like not 110%. I think the cute thing about Trolls Holiday is the character's not really realizing or really truly thinking about the events of Trolls 2016. For Poppy, Trollstice is just the day she got coronated as queen, and the day Poppy showed Branch's true colors and, put Branch on an interesting character growth, learning about friendship. So, really, for the trolls, it was a pretty big day. But for the Bergens, it wasn't necessarily, it was like, oh, well, I guess Trollsis is gone. It's cool that, you know, Bridget got Gristle at the end of the day and she learned a valuable lesson of friendship and also being true to oneself. That's pretty great. But Trollsis is gone. We no longer have a holiday. So, and I think it's funny they didn't kind of view that day as a celebration of a friend anniversary for, Poppy and Branch, Poppy, the snack pack, Gristle, Bridget. I'm shocked they never really thought about that. And I like how at the end, Poppy realizes she went overboard trying to sell really a gimmick and not really the time spent. And then Bridget, when she realized she went too hard on Poppy, but at the same time, Poppy was, going a little too forward and extra, she kind of realized, wow, Poppy and the rest of her friends really truly care and like give a darn to actually give us a reason to celebrate. And Trollstice pretty much became one big healthy friendiversary and, a reason to celebrate with friends and family. And I like how everything from Trolls 1 and just everything that, the plot had to offer, I like how they go hand in hand really well. Even if you weren't really a Trolls fan, this special really holds up, even if you didn't watch the first film when it came out in 2016 and then when the special came out in 2017. If you're going to do like a Trolls rewatch, or, you're going to watch Trolls 1 and Trolls Holiday back to back with one another, they really work together. And I really like that about the special, but I really love the moral that is being presented here. And with the moral that was presented in Trolls 1 about friendship and just how healthy that is, and things like that, it really makes sense here for this special to also talk about friendship and family. And I really like that. And also, like, one thing I definitely like is that Poppy really wasn't listening to Bridget, and this was kind of one small piece to a bigger puzzle for Trolls World Tour. Poppy was trying to tell Bridget and Gristle how to celebrate a holiday, and you have Trolls World Tour that definitely explores things such as, individuality, being part of a culture, and things like that, and how important those things are. I definitely like that this was kind of one of the tiny stepping stones before we got into Trolls World Tour's moral. And yeah, I just I like what Twilight Sparkle learned at the end of the day.
I just want to take a moment, get a little real.
2020 has been a really weird year for all of us. I don't know what you all went through, but my heart goes out to y'all. I'm sure y'all's lives are just as interesting as mine going through all of this as well. And for me, Christmas is kind of my holiday. It's what I celebrate for the holiday season. And it's different when you lose a loved one. For me, that is one of my parents. And I love the season, but at the same time, it's just really weird because it's like they were the ones that kind of got me through it, and it made it all magical and really happy and exciting. And I still have that feeling, but it's just different now. It's not what it used to be. And I'm sure if someone lost a loved one, I'm sure that's completely understandable. Um, the two things that made at least some of that feel normal was decorating my grandparents' tree, and then when it came down to Christmas Day, have Christmas with the family. And this year, because of the world and how cray cray all of that is, I'm not having that this year. And it feels weird. It just feels like December, and the feeling of Christmas isn't really there. It just feels like another month just with the winter aesthetic, but for me, it just doesn't feel like it. And it just, I don't know, it's just a weird year. And it's just a weird month. And for me, 2017 was the last year I felt like myself. I felt truly happy. I've talked about my anxiety and my depression from 2018 to 2019. Things just went downhill, and I thought, maybe 2020 will get better. Yeah, and then the pandemic happened. Yeah, it's been a crazy year. The 2020 part, I'm sure all can relate to that. I don't know about the 18 and 19 part, but yeah, everything's just kind of went downhill. And for me, when I experience happiness, it's not exactly the same as it used to. And for me, whenever there's a day where everything is like peachy keen and it's going Spector's way, it is the best day ever. So I'm happy when I get those type of days. But I don't know. It's just weird. I guess this is like not scripted at all. I'm just speaking from the heart. And when it came down to making this video, I originally had this part planned in the video because it happened, and I had to just chalk it down to one special because I couldn't do so many specials before I got to this part. But Trolls Holiday is extremely important to me, and 2020 December Trolls Holiday is very much a special I needed to watch. I may not have the family Christmas I wanted or the tradition of decorating a tree. I may not have that, and yeah, but I have one resemblance of family, and that's Trolls Holiday. In 2017, Trolls Holiday aired on television, and I remember texting my grandmother, who saw the movie opening day with me. And I remember texting my best friend in the whole wide world, Hux Trash. And I sat in my bed with my big Trolls pillow that is kind of like a huge comfort item for me, and my Guy Diamond plushie that I got from my grandmother in 2016 of that Christmas that is a comfort plushie that means the world to me. And I remember just laying in my bed, watching the special, talking to my grandparents, and talking to my best friend of what we thought about the special. And it happened in 2017, the last year that I was like really ever truly myself and just extremely happy. And when I went to watch the special for this review, it brought me back to that time. And the moral of the special is what I definitely needed. And it's always it's weird that it always trolls bring something emotional out of me. It's crazy. It's like this whole entire franchise was made for me. Um, but I can't thank trolls enough for kind of bringing that really special memory for me of not only family but friendship as well, and kind of showing that I may not have the, ideal family hanging out with them and having that vibe of Christmas and its meaning, but I may not have that this year, but I have Troll's Holiday to kind of bring that memory back to me, and that was something I really needed. Okay, so funny story about Troll's Holiday and my friend Huck's Trash. So they bought two DVDs of Troll's Holiday and they showed me a picture and I was like, nice. I didn't listen to the full text they sent me. So I got money and I went out and bought Troll's Holiday and I'm like, hey, look what I got. And they were like, I got Troll's Holiday for you. That's what the second copy was for. I was like, oh, oh, well, thank you. I'm just gonna give the DVD to someone else, but I'm gonna pop it in and watch the HD trailer of Trolls Topia, or not Trolls Topia, but Trolls The Peak Goes On. Remember how that was the only way we could watch that trailer in HD? Crazy times the Trolls fandom was. And then watch Trolls Holiday because I really liked the special. I ended up giving the DVD away to someone else and got the DVD Huck's Trash gave me. So yeah, that was one of the funniest experiences I've had with that special. There's another funny experience I had with that special, and that was when YouTube used to have the comment section. And I remember when the soundtrack first came out, and I remember when Friendship Melody came out, and one of the songs Branch sings is Thank You for Being a Friend. And that song was in the My Little Pony soundtrack end credits. And someone was like really confused. You could tell they were really young and they were like, yo, is that legal? Can they sing the end credits to Friendship is Magic? Can they do that? And everyone in the comments were saying, "Oh no, that was from the show Golden Girls. That's not from My Little Pony. They just they too did a cover of that song. Everything's legal, everything's a-okay." Like that whole entire comment section about Golden Girls and also a reference to the Golden Girls that was found in a modern cartoon, it was just funny. I think the funniest thing about Trolls is it just kind of brings music out of people and discovering it. Like, oh man, that's just great. So yeah, yeah, Trolls Holiday. Yeah. If Diddy was still around, I would literally just insert Trolls Holiday, yeah, right here. So yeah, I don't got much to say, but happy holidays to whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope you're having fun with family, enjoying whatever specials y'all enjoy. And for a lot of y'all, this is some break. So take that break. Y'all enjoy it. Y'all get some relaxation in there before you go to your works or your colleges or your schools. Um, So yeah. So the winged unicorn, she kind of made hers super long, so that's the special feature on this feature presentation. So I'm just gonna let winged unicorn talk about her specials. So yeah, go winged unicorn. You go speak your mind, girl.
Hello, everybody. It's the Winged Unicorn back again, and I'm participating in this Spector Holiday Special. So the two holiday things I'll be reviewing today is Klaus, the Netflix movie, and My Little Pony: Best Gift Ever. So let's get this started. Whatever is on your list, I'll do it. Whatever it is, you know So, Klaus has been a movie that I've heard lots of good things about, but I was kind of resentful of the movie. But then one day I decided to watch it, and it actually kind of blew me away, to be honest. Now, for those of you who haven't watched the movie, which you totally should, still on Netflix. So, for those of you who haven't watched it though, so basically it's like a Christmas origin story, and it's actually pretty one of the more creative ones that I have seen. And for the actual story, it's basically Jesper, who is a mailman, who is sent away to another place where letters are non-existent, especially because in that place they have these two families, tribes. I'm just gonna say families, I guess. These two families fight each other all the time, so they don't need letters because they use violence to show how much they hate each other. And Jesper then finds this guy named Klaus, which is basically Santa Claus in this movie, and he sees that he builds toys, so then he gives them to the children, and makes the children write letters in order to receive them. And in the end, they find out that Jesper is actually taking advantage of that, and the only reason why he's collecting letters is for his own benefit, which, spoiler alert, he actually does end up staying, and he does learn that, that the place that he's currently trying to get out of is the place where he is needed. So yeah, and I thought it was a cute movie, and probably one of the best ones that I have seen so far. And I can't. I know I've seen lots of people like compliment on the animation, but I have to as well, because the animation is really pretty in this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, I was blown away by it. And apparently, as I was looking up this movie, trying to research more about it for this video, I found out that the animation apparently is supposed to be 2D, make it look like 3D with heavy emphasis on lighting. It's kind of like Spider-Verse, where they make 3D and make it look like 2D. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That's a fun fact of the day. And yeah. And the characters themselves are actually pretty cool. Jesper, he's not like the cliche spoiled rich kid, I guess, because like I said before, he had a privileged life, and he basically, portrayed as lazy. He doesn't I like how they don't just go into the cliche of he's really mean to people. He's not. He really yeah, he does come out as sassy at times, but or I don't know if that's the right word, but he's not overly top mean at all. And also Klaus, especially the friendship that Klaus and Jesper end up with, and also there's this teacher character, and I heard people say that they don't like her, but honestly, I think she does have a significant purpose to the story. She's basically the reflection of Jesper when she realizes that she doesn't have to leave the home that she already has, because she can make people happy there, which, that can make her happy, and she's good with that life. And Jesper decides to do the same thing. So yeah, I see her as a reflection on Jesper, basically, which I thought was pretty clever. So yeah, I like all these characters. I guess my one complaint to this movie is that in the beginning it was kind of slow paced and I didn't really understand where it was going. But yeah, other than that, this movie was actually pretty cool. So go ahead and give it a watch. It's really great. And yeah, on to the next movie.
Merry Christmas, here I am, boy. Gonna love you, gonna give you all I can, boy. Merry Christmas, here I am, boy.
So at least from what I've seen, I don't see people really talk about this special, which is unfortunate because when I first found out about it, at least for me, I was actually pretty excited. And I was, especially because it wasn't like an average episode, like they just made an episode for Heartwarming Eve that year. But no, this is basically like a special, like an actual holiday special, like 44 minutes, I believe, which is longer than the average episode. So I think twice as much now that I think about it. And I guess people don't really like it because it's more like slice of life, and it's kind of like more of a cliche narrative, because at the end, spoiler alert, but just in case if you haven't watched the ending, basically they just learned that, you know, the best present is the gift of friendship, which to me it's just My Little Pony just being My Little Pony, and I don't mind that. And we're in this episode, Christmas special episode, whatever you want to call it. It's basically just us celebrating with the ponies, and I like that. Like, I like how it's more slice of life, and I'm glad that there's not a villain. I mean, I guess the only villain that's present here is the stress of holiday shopping, I guess. Let's just go with that. But yeah, but basically what happens in this is that everybody's stressing out what to give everybody, but then they suggest, why don't we do a heartwarming helper, where we just like give a present to one of us, where each one gives a present to just one pony in the group. So it's basically like Secret Santa, I guess. So then they get into mischief afterwards, and I thought it was pretty enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. And there were some funny moments. Discord was in it, so I thought he made it pretty funny and enjoyable to watch. And yeah, I really like the special. And yeah, it's slice of life, but you know, I think it's nice to just settle down and see a slice of life special. So yeah. So those are my opinions on these two holiday movies that I really like for different reasons. You can go give them a watch. They're both on Netflix right now. So, you know, they're pretty enjoyable, and let's see if you have a good time. So, yeah, happy almost holidays. And I guess happy Thanksgiving if I get this uploaded, because I'm recording this on the day of Thanksgiving. So, yeah. Now the winged unicorn has to fly away. Bye.